Okay, so this question uses the word factorise. That means we've got to put things into brackets. So put into brackets. That's what factorise is asking you to do. It starts with the word factor. So we look at this and we look to see whether there's common factors to both terms. We can see here that 6 will go into 6 and 6 will go into 12, and y will go into y squared and y will go into y. Because there's a common factor to both terms, then that tells me it's going to be a single bracket factorisation. So the outside bit will be the highest common factor of all terms, and what's left from dividing through by the highest common factor or taking the highest common factor out will go inside the bracket. So we look at this and we look at the number first. So the highest factor of 6 and 12 is 6, and the highest factor of y squared and y is y. So that's going to be the highest common factor on the outside. We then look at what we'd multiply 6y by to give us 6y squared. Well, the only thing that's missing is a y. Y times y is y squared. We've already got the 6. What do we need to multiply 6y by to give me 12y? Well, 6 into 12 is 2, and the y is already there, so it'll just be 2. It's a plus in the middle, so we put a plus here. So factorising is about finding the factors. In this case, we can get common factors to both terms, therefore we find the highest common factor, single bracket. So 6y bracket y plus 2. We should check it works, so we expand, which is the opposite of factorising. So 6y times y, well, that's 6y squared, and 6y times positive 2 is plus 12y. Well, when we look back at the original expression we had to factorise, we can see that it was 6y squared plus 12y. So our check works. This one, it's got a quadratic part, it's got k squared, and it's got 3 terms. There is no common factor to all terms. Now, when you have a situation where there is no common factor to all terms, apart from one will go into there, one will go into there, one will go into there, but that's a superfluous example, it doesn't count. So there is no other common factor that goes into all of those. That tells me it's going to be 2 brackets. So I now know that my answer must involve 2 brackets. Now the classic way of doing these then is to say, well, to make k squared from multiplying, I had to do a k times a k. To make 30 from multiplying, I could have done 6 times 5. I could have done 15 times 2. I could have done 30 times 1. There's lots of ways that I could have made 30. So I look to say that 2 of these must work to give me 13. 6 add 5 is 11. 15 add 2 is 17. 30 add 1 is 31. 3 times 10 is 30, and 3 plus 10 is 13. So we found 2 factors that multiply to give me 30, but add to give me the 13. So the answer here is going to be k plus 3, k plus 10. Could have had those the other way around. Could have said k plus 10 and k plus 3, it doesn't matter. 2 times 3 is 6. 3 times 2 is also 6. So it doesn't matter which way around you do the multiplication, they're commutative. So basically then we look at this and we do our check in our head. So to check, we said it was going to be k and 3, k and 10, times in. So k times k, k squared, k times 3, 3k, 10 times k, 10k, 10 times 3, 30. Those two added together give me 13k. I've got my k squared, I've got my 13k, got my 30, so the check worked. So again, check to make sure you haven't made any silly mistakes. So that's a couple of quick examples about factorising. One of them going into a single bracket because there was common factors to both terms. One of them has to go into 2 brackets because there was no common factor for all terms. So practice factorising, guys. Popular question.